but you decided to come here. And for as souped up as I feel about Baba Dick Gregory, oh, so let's keep it moving. And in terms of there's the spillover room on the other side so that we can have room. It's about hearing, it's about healing, it's about, they want to come in here right away if they think too many's in here and we do it right, we can maintain process. Now, in terms of this being a runaway meeting, you know, there was a thing about a meeting starting at a certain time, and you think that the meeting is supposed to start at a certain time, and you get there at what you think is the time for the meeting, but the meeting don't start at that time. So now, some people don't mind because we're together. This is the time for you to talk to somebody. I mean, there's so many things going on. We can emote, we can grow, we can change. But if someone sent you to the meeting, and they looking for you to tell them something by a certain time, I mean, come on. And that was what so much of the things that we have always done has been in code, that the meeting didn't start at that time, because if Master sent somebody to be there, he getting upset because he ain't here yet. Master told me to call him at 9 o'clock and I ain't got nothing to tell him. And I say Master, and perhaps we're being facetious, because when you're doing your quote unquote job and the things that you think you have to do because you have a job, we're here. So there's the, you familiar with Bela? Now, he would have a concert. Now, if the concert, for argument's sake, start at 6 o'clock at night, they playing to about 1 until he comes on around 1. So if you came there to hear Bela at 9 o'clock, you're not going to hear him. But you're going to hear spirit of us being together and all and what it is. So in terms of, Brother Dick Gregory, he likes to understand that he don't like to come on early, so we're prefacing his await. And in terms of that preface, there's things that put everything in place. And with that, that would give me the supreme opportunity to introduce someone that's very familiar to us. Because I'm saying, we going to be here for a minute, so in terms of being here, if you was looking to go home right away, at least not right away, not right away. And in terms of us being here, today is the 27th. Now, I can say this much, how important numbers are, and to say no more about numbers, because today, I know this much, today is the 27th. The 27 is 2 and 7 is 9. 9 is completion. 9 is it all together. So to say that much and to be able to introduce to you Mr. Lloyd Strayhorn, people know how to come. People know how to, some people know where to be. Some people know where to be. Okay? Okay?
Thank you. Can you hear me? I came all the way here to see my man that's going to come up right after me. I know you've been waiting. I've been waiting. I'm going to get myself out the way. They asked me. I says, okay. The reason why for this, I've had the pleasure of doing a couple of shows with Dick Gregory on WHCR City College Radio. This is a walking, talking encyclopedia of a guy that we're going to see. It's interesting, his birthday, he's a Libra, if there are any Libras in the house. And he's a number 3 because he's born on the 12th of October. So his key numbers are the 3, 6, and 9. Today's the 27th, and so that's right on point. I don't know whether any of you have seen the off-Broadway play, Turn Me Loose. Okay. Well, I had the privilege of seeing it, and I had the privilege of talking with Joe Morton after it, the actor. I like him because he's a brother from another planet, anything, so. But the point is, he is a Libra also. And I mean, he did a very, very good job. And by the way, he's born on the 18th of October. So where Dick Gregory's numbers are the 3, 6, and 9, Joe Morton's numbers are the 9, 6, and 3, just reverse. But a great, great play for those of you who can see it. So anyway, I want to get out the way so I can hear my man speak. Dick Gregory. Oh. Simon always gets on me. My name is Lloyd Strayhorn. I do have a website, lloyd-strayhorn.com, and I published 3 books this year, a relationship book, a workbook, and my Lloyd's Book of Numbers. I happen to have brought a couple of books with me that I'll be back over at either your table or Nayla's or something like that. So anyway, I want to thank you. Y'all look great. Y'all look so great. And I'll be back out to do a lecture more in detail talking about all this craziness that's going on too. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Oh, thank you. Oh, Lloyd's drinking. Kiss me. So I haven't been given any other instructions at this time, but there is a sister Angela Walker. I was that she was able to, if she's not. So, but in terms of just what is going on now, what for us to be alive now. I mean, to be alive at this time and to be recognizing that we are in the midst of change. And change has been something that we have been very much frightened by, prostituted by, in terms of why are coins made out of metal? Because change is hard. And to be able, well, to then to been able to say that, then I would really be remiss if I did not ask why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9? Okay, I don't want to lose you. But in terms of just how we are dealing with change, just how we are dealing with recognizing what time is, that we're alive at this time, and for us to be here, I often talk about the crack Holocaust. I think about the crack Holocaust of 1987, when there were over 56,000 babies, our babies, in foster care from the average of the 1st grade to the 10th grade. And so we want to wonder what's going on with the now. If we're not even children, because these were their grandmothers. You know, where was grandma in 1987? And over 1 million people that quickly was affected right here in New York, for us to wonder what happened. But there was always a balance. There was always a premise for you to understand that this is what was supposed to be. Vermont, I understand, has the highest rate of overdoses in heroin. And that heroin, to say is back, but it's back. Utah and Vermont. So now when we understand that it's never been about us, We've been deluded thinking because we have individuals that I'll refer to as stewards of the fallow. The fallow, Fallow. You know, in the feudal times, everything was lined up in 4 squares. 3 squares was being used while one was at rest. Now, it seems that the black politicians were the stewards of the fallow because buildings that were empty for 30 years, now there's our new neighbors. And I find that the new neighbors, they smile, but the old timers still look away. What happened to us? When Pat Robertson ran for president, he ran from his childhood home of Monroe Street between Franklin and Clawson. So there's nothing new under the sun. And when we recognize that, we know already, but we are afraid to know. We've been conditioned not to know. And when you're afraid, that fear keeps everything the way it is. So what is it? What do we know and how do we know it? Who would tell a slave the truth? Now, we hear about Harriet Tubman. Now, ever since 1963, I wanted to be like Harriet Tubman. I was 8. So that tells you how that 60s was grade school, the 70s was high school and college and starting to work, and then the 80s, momhood, professional development. We can't forget that. And then being in an environment such as this. So what do we know and how do we know it? Who would tell a slave the truth? Okay? Who would tell a slave the truth? Keep in mind that there was a reason why it was against the law, as in a crime, for an African enslaved in America to learn how to read or write. We're dealing with names. We're dealing with words. And when we say words, I apologize for speaking English because English is the only tongue that I can speak. And people tell me, oh, you need to learn another language. But who am I going to speak to? So I have to speak English. So I'm working on being bilingual. Yes, I speak English, but I'm learning how to speak the truth. And when we speak the truth, everybody can be bilingual. We inherently know this already. This is what genetic memory is all about. This is what genetic recall is all about. So when we are not afraid, not afraid, not afraid, the energy, the opposite of love is what? The opposite of love is fear. The opposite of love is fear. Because when we've been conditioned to accept conditions that are unacceptable, there is a process that demands submission, self-rejection, low self-esteem, and a feeling of inferiority. Take for the example, now the word black. We look it up, etymology tells us it's 1100 Old English meaning pale or shiny, bleached out. That's what the word black meant. Now, when we're dealing with connotative and denotative meanings, well, bad used to mean that something was bad. But then bad became something that was good. So anything speaking somebody else's tongue, you dealing with the energy of that tongue. there's a saying that they say that if you want to learn, you learn in German, and if you want to love, you speak French, and when you want to tell lies, you speak English. So this is what it's all about at this time. Okay, good. Okay, good. So as we continue, as we understand that this assembly, for you to use this assembly for the information that you get here, for it to ignite you wanting to find out something else, because, oh, wow, I always thought about it. Oh, I never thought about that. Oh. So, yeah, let the lights turn on, and we have Sister Butts, who can now give us some more update on what's been going on going with the courts and all in the convention and what we got to do and not. Okay?
Hotel brothers and sisters. Okay. I'm going to be very brief. We have been working on trying to get information from the courts for this landlord-tenant issue that Brother Maddox has, which has been going on for years. I mean, years, since 1990. And I was in the courts with Sister Vera this week, so we were collecting a summary of all of the cases because he's scheduled to be in court again this week on Tuesday. He's filed all of his papers, everything is together, but he wanted to get some information about the history of what's been going on. We know that what's going on with him in housing court is what's going on with all of us. But it's just that he has the capability to deal with the issues, whereas we go down and we just have to sign a stipulation and take whatever they give us and go with it. But Brother Maddox is fighting it all the way. One of the issues in his case is the landlord cannot prove that he's the landlord because they've been playing all kinds of deals and changing the properties around, so they don't have a deed to show that they actually are the landlord. And he's taking them to task for it. So one of the reasons we want to stay with this is because when he wins, we all win. It's a class action, and that means when you go to housing court, you'll benefit from what he got out of it. Okay. Now, the other thing that we were dealing with is what's going on now with this police misconduct and Governor Cuomo setting up the Attorney General as the special prosecutor, which we know the Attorney General is not the special prosecutor, because the special prosecutor should be an independent person. So what we want to do is form our pressure group and put the pressure on to let Cuomo know we do not accept this Attorney General as the special prosecutor. We want an independent person. We got it in Howard Beach when Brother Maddox was there. He insisted on it, and he got it, and we shouldn't let the sun give up what we gained already. So we need to know that we have something already. We already had a special prosecutor. We should get another special prosecutor for the small case, and we should make sure that we don't get the same results that we got in Baltimore. I mean, you know, we really have to stay with it. And if we call and everyone is on the phone, we're calling the governor's office and we're calling the Attorney General's office, and we're saying, we want a special prosecutor. We don't trust the elected official to take care of things for us. You know, that's his job as the Attorney General, to see that the law is enforced. But he is the elected official, and there's no reason that we should trust him to take care of this because he's got special interests too. That police union is behind everything that the road cops do. And we need to get behind our people and let them know that we're there and support what we want to happen in these cases. And the only way we can do that is we have to get on the horn, we can get on the internet, send emails and call and let them know that we want the small case to be handled not by the Attorney General. Okay, I won't hold you. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.
Now, how we doing? How we doing? It's hot, but it's safe to say, well, yes, it is hot. We are concerned that this is not February. All right, with that. As we, again, weave and take time, I'd like to bring Brother Lloyd Strayhorn back up so as we can continue to know a little more. I'm a 5. My birthday's the 14th, so a 5 is either one way or the other. That's not easy. All right. So now we can get some more. Okay.
Okay, all right. Okay, from what I understand, Dick Gregory will be getting here soon. So what I would like to do is, it's interesting. Bishop T.D. Jakes put out a book recently called Destiny. I don't know whether you have remembered it, but in other words, he's saying every one of you have a destiny. And numerically, if you look at the month, the day, and the year you're born, each of you have a purpose as to why you're here. So, for example, I think the perfect example we'll take is Dick Gregory himself. He was born on October the 12th of 1932, so he's definitely been around a minute. Um, no, and it's serious because when you look at Minister Farrakhan, he's born May the 11th, 1933. These men are in the 80s. I mean, and looking good. Looking good, that's the point. But all of you have a destiny number. And what I do is, or what you need to do is mentally or on a piece of paper, take the month, the day, and the year you were born, and that will tell me symbolically not only your destiny, but I call it what grade are you in the school of life. Like when you go to school here, they do what is called social promotion. They push you along. Well, in the real school of life, if you don't learn the lessons of hard knock, you got to come back and do it again. All right? Okay, so what happens is, again, when I took Dick Gregory, October the 12th of 1932, it added to a 10 or one universal or one destiny. So in other words, he is here to learn about leadership. If any of you have a one destiny, that is your purpose. For those of you who have a two destiny, that means you're here to be of service. Does anybody have a question about how to get their destiny number? Or if you want to give me your birthday, I'll just figure it out for you right quick. I saw her first. What's your birthday? 11, 21, 1971. You have a 9 destiny. That means you're in the 9th grade in the school of life. That means you're here to learn the right use of your bringing a higher mind to things. It is about being a leader because 9 is a leadership number. With a 9 destiny, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't attract men in uniforms like law enforcement, military, construction, and stuff like that. And 9s are always fighter. That means they're here to serve humanity. That is their purpose. 7, 10. Oh, you born the same day as Mayor Dinkins. Okay, yeah, that was his birthday. That is his birthday. He's still living. Um, soon as I get the year you were born again, you were born 36? Get out of here, okay? No, 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 no. That's that melanin working. I can tell you exactly what it is, okay? Um, you know, I will say this to digress, and I'll get to everybody. 2 months ago, I went to China, and I was surprised that China was into McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, 8,100 miles now, Subway, Starbucks, and they were into bleaching. Yes. The women did not want to, the women walk around in China with umbrellas. They didn't want to get too dark. When you got on their subway system, it's glass, a glass partition, so you can't lean out to see if a train is coming. When the partition opens, you know, then you get on the train. But when you look at the advertisement of the models, they are, they have slightly Asian eyes, but more Western, if you feel what I'm saying. To give you an example, I was there at a guest of a woman from the Caribbean named Allie Artis. She does angelic artistry. I stayed with her and her husband. So the days I was there, she assigned a couple of people from her school to take me out, okay? So on one of those days, she had a white friend take me out. They all took me out for about 2 hours because it was hot as Jack there. And what happened is by the time I'm there, I guess about the third or fourth day, I'm used to being stared at. So if you got a problem with being stared at, don't go to China. If you have any insecurity problems. But I wore my black Harlem hat, and I let everybody know where I'm from. Let there be no question. Brooklyn's in the house too, okay? No question. Simon is my man. No, no. Simon is my brother. He is not my man. He is really my brother. And you really got to pick up his books too. But here's the point. So it was hot there in May. It was like their Chinese summer. So we sat in this plaza, and I was sitting next to this white woman, and these guys came by, and they saw me. They stared at me, and you know, can I take a picture? I said, okay, I'm there, day number 4. People will either stare or they'll do like this at you for people of color. When I came into the Hong Kong airport, they put a special thing over my head because if my temperature was above a certain temperature, they wasn't gonna let me in. And I understand they did that primarily to people that look more like you and me, okay? Because you know, the Zika disease, the AIDS, they always come from Africa. Notice, all the social ills always come from people of color. So, you know, what's up with that? But the point is, so I said, yeah, and they got me up out the chair and sat next to the white woman and took pictures. I'm serious. I'm serious. I thought China had a better consciousness. Does that make sense? That in this world nowadays, it is best for you to be a person of color than otherwise. So I was just struck by that. So, you know, anyway. Yeah, that's it. Oh, your destiny born on July the 10th of 1936. Is that correct? I want to show you I paid attention, okay? You have a 2 destiny. So that means you're here to show love, to show peace and harmony, things of that nature. And then it all depends on what numbers repeat itself a lot as well. 41889, that means you're in a 4 destiny. That means you're here to learn how to be more structured, organized, to have more of a plan or things like that. And it means you like to be different. So if everybody does something one way, here's what we do. Here's what we do. What you do is I want everybody in their heads to figure out the month, the day, and the year they're born, add the numbers across, and then I'll tell everybody from the start what a 1 universal year, I mean, if you're 1 destiny, 2 destiny, 3 destiny, that way I don't leave anybody out, okay? Okay, and Lloyd, I'll talk to you later since we got the same name, all right? Anyway, if you have a 1 destiny like Dick Gregory, that means you are here to break new ground, which is what he's done. Yes, darling. Okay, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna critique everything. This is not this. My purpose is not here to do this, as so much as Dick Gregory. That I want, and but in the meantime, and Simon, you might as well come on up here too, brother, and help too. Yeah. Okay. For those, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to touch on everybody's destiny. If you're not sure, then later on, I will tell you. If your destiny is a number one, it means symbolically you're in the first grade in the school of life, which means you are to take the initiative, you are to be proactive, you are to be original, to be daring, be innovative, to really go where no person has gone before. One of the things is, Dick Gregory had published a book called Nigger, because he said every time they call him nigger, he knows that's the name of his book, and his book is going to be selling. I remember Malcolm X said they used to call him that so much he thought that was his name. But that is some of the bias that is shown to us of people of color. If you have a two destiny, that means you're here to work with others like you, partnerships, to work out the balance of things, the yin and the yang and whatnot. If you have a three destiny, that means you're here to express yourself, to be talkative, to be analytical, to be the kind of person that always is about being creative and imaginative and expressive. If you have a four destiny, like the person born August, you said April 18th, 1989, was that the year you gave me? Well, got to understand, if it's a 22, it's a master number four. But in my head, and because I didn't know I was going to do all of this, okay, so I'm not looking for master numbers. I'm just like, I want Dick to get here so I can sit down and listen to the brother. See, that's what I want. That's my purpose. So I mean, so this is so when he gets here, because everybody like numbers and whatnot. Would y'all like a number to play? No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I got one for you. There's a number you're going to be hearing coming out soon called 1016. I can't explain it all to you yet, but that's the number to keep in mind, 1016. First of all, it adds up to an 8. I see a couple of you are writing it down. That's good, so we don't forget it. Thank you. Yeah, 1016, 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 6 equals 8. 8 is the number of power, authority, achievement, recognition. It is the cycle that rules births, marriages, pregnancies, separation, divorce, people from your past, a growing up cycle. It rules those under the sign of Capricorn and Libra. So for Capricorns and Libras in the house here, this is definitely going to be a period coming up for you. But 1016 is on the horizon. I'll explain it later on, though. For number 5 destinies. Oh, 4. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 4 destinies indicates people who like to be structured and organized, have a game plan. You know what I'm saying? They like to, if this option ain't working, well, we got another option working, okay? Then number 5, people with a 5 destiny, the secret to holding on to them is to let them go, okay? What is cute at first is like, honey, where you going? But if every morning you think you're gonna get up and do that, you got the wrong destiny number. They like their freedom, they like flexibility. For number 6 destinies, that means you are here to be of service like the number 2s, but in a way like teaching and counseling and social work and things of that nature. And also, people with 6 destinies make excellent artists and singers and dancers, designers. People with a 7 destiny, they're here to learn the right use of their spirituality, to go within, to research, to go down the rabbit hole, so to speak, to look at things in a little deeper manner, all right? For those with a number 8 destiny and 1016 adds to 8, that means that your purpose or being in the 8th grade in the school of life is to learn the lessons of business, management. 8 rules real estate, banking. It rules business and enterprises. It also is the crisis number. In the Bible, in Revelation, they talk about the B666, but crisis number is 888. It's in a cryptic fashion. They ain't say it like the way Revelation and the Beast did. If you talk to a Jewish person of faith, they will tell you that the compound number 26 is the number of Jehovah or God. And speaking of that, there was a mention about this election, whether Republicans or Democrats. Well, if you were to say who's going to win, I'd have to base it upon the way I did the analysis in 2008. In 2008, that added up to a 10 or a 1. 1 governs Leo. The people that were running was Hillary Clinton, a Scorpion, Bill Richardson, a Scorpion, and this guy named Barack Obama, a Leo. And sure enough, he won. Fast forwarding it to 2016, this year favors a 9. In other words, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 6 is 9. 9 governs Aries. There are no Aries running. 9 governs Scorpio. That's Hillary Clinton. And 9 governs Leo. There are no Leos running. Now, when you look at Donald Trump, he is a Gemini. He is born on the 14th of June. Yes, he is. Jack Pence, his vice president, is a Gemini also. He got the nerve to be born on the same day as Prince. So I said, wow, you know. It is by astrology, both the president and the vice president on the Republican side are run by the same signs, which is Gemini. Well, on the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton is a Scorpio born on the 26th of October, and Tim Kaine is born on the 26th of March. So in the case of the Democrats, both of them, president and vice president nominees, have the dates that match each other exactly. And then on the Republican side, both of them have the zodiac signs that matches exactly. But there have been more Scorpio presidents than Gemini presidents. So since this year favors Scorpio, the only conclusion I can reach is you're going to be seeing the first woman president of the United States. That's it. My man is here. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, by the way, these are my books. Ta-da. Number nine is the number of completion. It is the number that tells you to take the high road. And 9 is a confrontational number, so stay away from people that want to argue, fuss, fight, handle guns, knives, instruments, things of that nature. No, it's no master number right now. No master numbers right now. But that's for deeper. When I come back, when I talk to later, we're gonna just give me a date, and then I'll go into it. Yes. But right now, Dick Gregory's here.
Hotel brothers and sisters, Dick Gregory told me to come out here and take care of the house business first, because he going to go all night. So before, you're not going to have no intermission with him. He going straight through. So it's at this time, the basket's going to go around. We want to get this out the way. Right now, we want to get it out the way, over and done with. We're going to ask y'all, make y'all contributions now. He's going to come out. And he's going to be here all night. He said he's going to do it all nighter. That's what he said. Now, you don't have to stay here with him all night, but that's what he said. And Dick Gregory, at the age that he's in, he still has the energy. So I'm going to ask each and every one of y'all, there's some baskets coming around. Okay, we let everybody in here, no charge. We have no charge, but we ask you to be people of ethics. When our sisters and brothers come around with those baskets, please put something in the donation. We got to get Dick Gregory back home, and we got to pay for this space. We got to pay for this space. So everything you give or whatever you give, we're going to take it. But don't shortchange us, okay? We can't be a people buying what we want and, buying what we want and begging for what we need. We got to stop being of that mentality. Okay? Dick Gregory been in the forefront for too many years for us to sell that brother short. Because he never sold us short. He never kowtowed to the industry, and he's always been straightforward with us. Okay? That's been his entire career. And he's still doing what he's been doing. So please be generous. I'm not asking for the mortgage money. I don't want the rent money. I want the vice money. You want the cigarette money, the drug money, the alcohol money, the lottery money. That's the money we want. The trick money, that's the money we want. All right? So please, brothers and sisters, please put some money in these baskets, because we can't continue to do this unless you don't support it. If you support this, we could continue to do these for them for another 28 years. This is not easy. We do this week in, week out. All 4 seasons we do this. And we have a history and a legacy that we stand on. That's why we continue to do this, to bring people out to the community so the community could come out here and listen to them. You don't have to be in the halls of academia to get this. They come to you in your neighborhood. This is where we bring them. All right? So we're going to ask y'all, please bear in mind what it is that we do. Respect what we do so we can continue to do this. Please do that for us. All right? Please, I don't want to come back out here and say we short. So please, sisters, brothers, y'all get a chance, get to the middle aisle, please, because we only want to take this one collection and let Dick Gregory go for the rest of the night. I don't want to come back out here and interrupt what he has to say. You know he got a lot to say. There's a lot going on, and he's not going to pull no punches. Another thing I want you to know, too, come out next week. You're going to get an opportunity to share the stage. We're going to have 2 mics. It's going to be called Community Speak Out. You can come and then vent whatever your concerns are. We're not going to have anybody lecture to you. You're going to be the lecturers. We're going to start feeding off of each other, because that's what we got to do. There's a lot of things going on, and we have to be abreast of it. And here at the United African Movement, we allow you, the community, to speak. That's what we do here. So I've asked Ms. Maddox, please give the community a night. And she said, Pat, you've been asking for months now. Next week, August 3rd, is your night. Come out, express yourself, express your concerns. Okay, we give it up here at the United African Movement. All right? Let the community come out. What's on your mind? Let you speak. Let us all dialogue. No panel, 2 microphones. We just talking to each other. That's what we're going to do next week. And we would like to have y'all come out and share with that, because I know some of y'all have a lot to say. I know you got a lot to say, because when a guest speaker asks you for questions, you want to do a lecture. But next week is going to be your time. Don't let this mic be up here by himself next week. Make sure y'all come out and be part of the Community Speak Out. There are a lot of relevant and pertinent issues that's going on, and we need to hear from you, the community at large. So please, Dick Gregory is going to come to the stage, and you know what he's going to do. I don't even want to talk about what he do. How many of y'all had an opportunity to see the one-man play with Joe Martin? See, beautiful, beautiful. Joe Martin did a hell of a job portraying Dick Gregory's early life. He did a hell of a job. Heck of a job. Excuse me, I'm in the church. Heck of a job. He did a heck of a job. But tonight, we got the real Dick Gregory. We got the real Dick Gregory. No imposter, no impersonator, no replica. The real Dick Gregory is going to come here on this stage and bring it the way he knows how to bring it, with his humor. And you know how Dick is. He done peel back the layers. Okay, he's going to tell y'all about everything and everything that's going on. Okay, and an elder statesman like himself, he's been on this planet a long time. We got to listen to him. We got to listen to him. We got to listen to him. I'm going to do something I didn't even ask him yet. But I'm going to ask him, will he be our write-in candidate? Will he be our write-in candidate? I'm going to ask him that. Because we don't need the lesser of the damn 2 evils. I'm not voting for Hillary or Trump. We need to bring Dick to the stage and draft him and make him our write-in candidate. That's what we need to do. So I'm going to ask y'all, when y'all press the question, we're going to be saying, Dick run, Dick run. Because Dick is better than Hillary, and Dick is better than Trump. All right? I'm going to let my sister back here. I'm going in the back. I'm bringing them out. I'm going to need a path right there.
Thank you, Sister Pat. Thank you. Let your generosity match your desire to be here. If you got any more to give, it will be glad to be received. I would like to have Sister Collier Clark give us a word. Peace and love.
Whoa! Good evening, United African Movement. Love to Alton Maddox, the great man, and to the great Sister Leola. Love to United African Movement, and super love to Dick Gregory, our next president of the United States. I'm here this evening because on this Sunday, you know, we're getting busy. This Sunday, we're beginning the fight back in another way. We're gathering all the forces around the issue of judicial violence, and hopefully Alton Maddox will join us, our great attorney, to talk about making a plan that's going to take us all the way back to 1905. We're not playing. We've had enough. We've had enough of killing in every structural area of the judicial system in the United States. So meet me with Danny Glover. Meet me with Danny Glover at 1:30. Listening? We're going to be at Mount Morris Ascension Presbyterian Church. We're going to be standing in the whirlwind in Marcus Garvey Park. 1:30. Mount Morris, Presbyterian 1:30. Come with your minds open. We're going to rattle the evening. We're bringing in everybody. And for those who've been worried about Kevin Annette, the Vatican has issued a death sentence for him. They're saying he cannot enter Europe. He's had to flee Canada. He is now in the U.S. only till the 27th of this month. Kevin Annette, the person who's fought all those wars around indigenous people called Indians, killing them by the hundreds of thousands. So we're coming together. They will join us at Mount Morris. So I'm not going to take up because Gregory needs to hit this stage. I got to hear him. I love you, UAM. Keep it rolling, keep it moving.
All right, thank you, sis. Thank you. Yeah, so with this being time, and in terms of recognizing everything that you can do to make a difference, everybody got something to offer. And when you think that you don't, then we continue to be the way we are. So I understand that Dick Gregory is here, and for us, I want to see him. But yes, okay. So then now, yes, I see Baba Dick Gregory. Can we stand? Can we stand? Can we stand and acknowledge a living legend with no apology, for real, with no mistakes, with no accidents, with no coincidences? Baba Dick Gregory, honor, much love, much love, much love. Okay, there we go. Yes, sir. Here we go. So I would just like to say that we're here, and I understand that we're going to be in for a good run. And if you got to go, feel free to leave a leaving offering if you got to go early. But this is it, and for Dick Gregory is 2 days older than my father. You 2 days older than my father. So to be here with you. And I may, sir, brother, peace. Move this, all this, all that. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Let me say thank you. We thank and praise God. I'm not talking about that God y'all be bullshitting. I'm not talking about the God y'all pray to because your mortgage is due. I'm talking about that universal God that put it all here, and you think that God don't know your mortgage due? Hmm? Somewhere. I say thank you. You know, it's kind of interesting. If we was at some jive bullshit pornography party,
They'd have the best air conditions. No, I'm serious. The best speakers. Hmm? But we here talking about serious business, because there is a possibility that half the people in America today will be dead this time next year, and the fact that y'all don't feel nothing. Hmm? Somewhere, they just put a third movie out. And if you go see it, it's this election they talking about. Hmm? And it's what Henry Kissinger put out when he said, in order to save the planet, these many people have to die every day. Huh? And he referred to them as useless eaters, so they wouldn't know they talking about cops, school teachers, huh? Presidents of colleges, and you. Hmm? And you think all you got to do is be black and wear black? That universal God that made the sun don't give a damn about what you look like, because most of y'all believe that God made ugly people. Hmm? Most of you believe that God made dumb people. Hmm? Somewhere. And these young children that's coming up behind you now, they don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Hmm? You did the same thing. You just didn't know it. What's your name, man? Yeah. Did you have a best friend when you was a little girl? Do you remember, did you have a best friend? No, I didn't hear. I just asked one question. You remember her name? What was her name? I want y'all to hear this. Your mother and your father bought all your food, took care of all your medical bills, bought all your clothes, but they wasn't your best friend, because up in this real brain where the God function, God said they ain't nothing but bullshit. Huh? And y'all don't even realize that. What can I do that see these children every day, but they got somebody else that's the best friend? Hmm? And y'all haven't even thought about that? Huh? Huh? Somewhere. And so tonight, Philadelphia is fun. They don't even understand Philadelphia at all. Donald Trump and Hillary are cousins. When you get through laughing, how many of y'all knew that? Okay? And the same paper writes the speeches for both of them. And you shouldn't feel bad about it. One day you should just meditate on one thing. A Jew had more sense in Germany than you have here, because the Jew knew. They didn't know what was going to happen, but they knew everything happened was